Hello and welcome back to this space. Today I will be doing a reading for you where I will deliver a message from your guides about your purpose. I want to begin by saying that I'm sorry for my absence. I have been quite occupied with some thoughts, thinking about my situation, where I'm at and where I'm going and things like that. And I've been really in the sort of trenches with the tarot tutoring as well. But I'm happy to be here because doing readings is what sustains me and what sustains my health, interestingly enough. So whenever I fall out from doing the readings, my health starts to decline, which is very interesting. So I'm happy to be back here and to connect. And so let's begin by creating the space and setting an intention for this reading. I'm connecting in with my sacred self and the wisdom of my sacred self through all existing lifetimes, both the past, the present, and the future coming together in this now moment. Connecting in with my spirit tribe, calling forth Gere and Freke to protect and guard this space, and to only allow in those energies that they deem fit, and that has well intentions for this community. Entering into Mimer's well to access wisdom, knowledge, and insights from other realms and from my own subconscious terrain and landscape. Connecting in with Goddess Freya, with the god Odin. Connecting in with Ra-Horakti for sacred sight and the ability to see the experience between death and rebirth, death and life in this reading. I'm setting the intention to give you clarity and wisdom about your life purpose, messages from your guides, and that I channel these messages in a clear, concise, compassionate, and impactful way in order to transform your experience. And I pray that these messages will be for the highest good of all beings and the earth in its entirety. Let it be so. Thank you. Let's begin. Message number 1. We are doing a one card reading. We will begin with one card from the Mary L. Tarot. And I am asking that your guides deliver a message about your life purpose and use my guides as messengers for this message. What is the message for this? You are closing in on something. The Lovers. There could be hesitation on your path here. I'm going to connect in for a moment with the image and see what I'm sensing. There's a push and pull with this purpose for you. wanting to connect in fully, but also at the same time pulling back at times and distancing yourself when you know that this is meant to be. There is an angel watching over these two. This is meant to be. This is a part of your plan, and you are being watched and guided throughout the entirety of this process. So, what is the past life component of this push and pull? 7 of Cups. I say that because of when you have this strong connection, but you feel the need to pull away, there is probably some resistance and fear that connects back to other lifetimes where this didn't go so well for you. 7 of Cups. I'm going to connect in. There has been disappointment here before. I also feel as if you've been deviating from your path in other lifetimes. And there's a feeling here of not being fully satisfied with that. It's almost as having something good and turning it into something that doesn't quite serve others here. But it does feel that it has been pressed upon you. Like there was no choice. Can we go deeper here? So in this lifetime, you have been given another shot, another chance at this, to bring it home, to take it home. The fear of corruption is there, of sort of manipulation in a destructive sense coming up. Fear of what you might do or turn this into. But there is trust in you accomplishing this and remaining pure in your intentions. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. 5 of Wands. So in this now moment, what is happening right now in your existence is the need for you to push through this barrier and to persist. And it feels like something that you will need to be doing over and over again for some time until it really hits home. That this lifetime you are meant to succeed and do something really good with this. One last message from your guides. 8 of Cups. It's a feeling of vulnerability with this thing that you connect into. And I do feel that some of you don't really know what this is about. And it could be because of the fear of doing the same thing again. And so if that is you, just look at what keeps coming back and what you keep stepping out of. There's this dance of push and pull with something. And for some of you, this is only just begun. So perhaps you don't see this pattern as strongly just yet. But there is vulnerability in connecting in with this purpose because of all of this history that you have got. And the bravery that is needed in pressing through. What is coming through here? Essentially, what is happening is that you're afraid of hurting people. Letting people down, but most of all, hurting people. You don't want to feel the pain of that. So think about that for a moment, and that in itself is coming from a very good and very pure place. And that is where I will leave you today for message number 1. And if you feel called to, check out one of the other messages as well. And I do hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye. Welcome to message number 2. With you, I do feel a calling to connect in to your inner landscape before we even begin with the card. I get an image of you being totally depleted and exhausted. And you might think that there is a reason for that. The reason that you think you are exhausted is not the real reason why you are exhausted. There's another reason. There's a shift in perspective needed here. Okay, they want for me to pull a card. So what is the message for this group about the life purpose and what we just said? We will be drawing 2 cards for you. The Magician and the Knight of Wands. The feeling I'm receiving is that you're trying to control your energy flow and the passage of your energy, which is actually burning you out. It's a feeling that I'm getting, and I'm wondering if I'm supposed to put it into other words here. So the Spirit has a plan and a sort of game plan and a path for you. But here you are trying to control things by yourself. And so you are not truly connecting into the path. You are at times, but then you are trying to control, moving into control out of fear here. And so it creates this alignment between where the energy naturally flows, like this, and what you're tapping into. So if you could just redirect your energy and feel into where the flow is, you wouldn't be that exhausted. The path is being shown to you. But how is it being shown to you? I actually do feel the bottom card of the deck, Queen of Discs. I also pulled out the Fool here. I'm tapping into the image for a moment. Your emotions. What has been on your mind lately? Where have you been at? What have you learned? What wisdom and insights have you gained recently? That is the path that is trying to show itself to you. It's through your own life and your experiences and how you handle them and how you confront life, how you deal with it, how you come out of these experiences. There's something to share. Let's rewind that. There's something else, because this will be different for you in here, depending on what avenue you are putting your gifts into. Where was I? Like there's something that you have to give or teach or share based on what you have been given by life. And I get this visual now of you receiving an orange. You know, there's a saying, turn lemons into lemonade. But this is oranges, because they're saying that it's more complex. It's not just the sour experiences that leave a bitter aftertaste. It's a very full-bodied and full-rounded experience. Everything in between what you learn from life. And turn that into something that is easier to digest for your audience, whatever that means. Your audience could be your little sister, whatever that means. And this is not the video to find that out, but that's for another day, another topic. What else? So what is this control issue about? What's the past life component there? The High Priestess. I feel like the bottom card is important as well. Temperance. Tigers could be an important animal for you. There has been disbelief with what you have been teaching or preaching in other lifetimes, either from yourself or from your community. And perhaps your community believing you at first, but then turning against you. I do feel witch hunt here also, quite specifically for some of you, a select few. Your village who turned who turned to you for wisdom. How do you say this? Gave you over, turned against you to save their own skin. That could be an experience. And so sharing these things, so the control is coming from you wanting to control what it is that you share. So it's not coming from an authentic space, but rather from a desire to please an audience, to please a community, to stay approachable and acceptable to your community so that they won't turn against you. So you might be softer in your approach than you're supposed to be as well. So there's really a need here to peel off those layers and reveal your true authenticity and speak about things that are really aligned with you, true experiences, and not pleasing a crowd, essentially. And they're saying that that's all for this message today. So thank you so very much for tuning in. And if there's any other message that calls to you, feel free to listen to that as well. And I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye. Message number 3. This reading is for you. Your energy feels quite light-hearted. It feels to me as if many of you in here are quite young souls, so to speak. You still have much to explore. And you are not so held back by difficult experiences from past lifetimes. This is to different degrees, of course. But I do feel a more vibrant and juvenile energy with you. So what's the message for this group about their life purpose? Seven of Wands. So your challenge is in focusing your energy in, because I do feel that there is a tendency to want to explore and to gain experience, trying different things out. So your challenge is in narrowing that down. At the bottom we have the Knight of Discs. And perhaps there is hesitancy in narrowing this down. And this feels like something that is connected to a wound somehow. So let's explore that. What's the past life component of that? Why are they having a difficulty focusing? the Hierophant. I want to connect in more with the Seven of Wands before we move ahead here. There's such a fierceness to the wolf in this image. But the color of its fur is saying me that it is it's ambitious, it's passionate, but it is also unexperienced in a way. Not that mature. And I'm not saying that in a positive or negative sense, but it is a bit like the pages in tarot. Like there's a lot of potential and a lot of energy, but not that much of experience here. So the Hierophant. The fear of making mistakes, essentially. Of being given the opportunity, being given the potential to do something great or something beautiful, but letting it go to waste, or making mistakes, making unrepairable mistakes is something that is showing up right now. So this image makes me feel that if I am in your energy, in your position, I want to know it all, to know all about this before I really start honing in, so that I won't make that many mistakes that I can't go back and repair. So what can this group do to bridge that hurdle or obstacle? Nine of Wands. Two tigers in your reading. One is slow and almost, what's the word? Apathetic. One is fiery and a bit chaotic, perhaps. So the remedy for the fear of making mistakes is to move with the passion that you have for this, whatever it is. The thing that turns you on the most over time. There might be a roller coaster of energy and in drive for this. But if it keeps coming back as a very strong desire and a passion, focus on the passion that you have for this and let the passion lead you, so that you get out of your head, your mind, your thoughts about this. The Knight of Discs here. There's something interesting with these three images connected with the wildness of these animals. So it reminds me a bit of the Strength card here, where you are the master of your own energy and your own path in this. Can you give us some more clarity on this? Yeah, the Magician. Where you feel that you are in control So what I'm receiving here is that I really cannot focus on anything, and the energy feels very erratic and all over the place. And so your lesson here really is to focus on the one thing for a while. And that one thing might evolve and develop to something else or to something deeper. But focus on the one thing. And focus on the passion and the heat of that thing. I do receive singing as an example. Take it if it resonates. And then becoming friends here with that path. And the youthful energy that you, I feel, possess. Because the youthful energy helps you to be fearless and curious and explore new things and not walking the same path in circles. And so you're meant to explore and discover with this purpose of yours. And I do feel that they are saying to me that that is all for this message today. So I thank you so very much for tuning in. And if there is any other message calling to you, listen to that one as well. I do hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.